Imagine this. You watch another Brackeys tutorial on YouTube, maybe you're even following along on your own screen, and you think, yeah, I'm learning. But the day after, you can't recreate any of it. It's all gone. Your brain is super smooth, you don't remember anything, and you just feel dumb. But believe it or not, you're not actually dumb. It's just that you didn't ask your brain to do any work. And it's not hard to see why we fall into tutorials. Because yeah, it feels productive, obviously, because you're doing things on your own screen. You're like listening to someone explain, you feel smart, you feel like you're like understanding these new things. But in reality, tutorials are basically useless after an introduction video for like 2 to 5 hours in the beginning. So after a lot of trial and error and experimenting, searching online what's the best way to actually learn, I've found that there are 4 principles to actually learn game development and why struggle is essential for learning. So let's walk through them. The first one is going to be effort. Effort is required for learning. When you don't have effort, there is no learning involved. You can imagine when you watch a tutorial. Do you use your brain a lot? Do you think? Do you like make decisions? Do you struggle? No, right? It's very easy. There's no like failure. You can't even fail. You're just following along, right? Maybe you fail because like the version of the tutorial is like 2 years old and you're using the new version, and then like a button has changed and you don't know how to fix that. That's like the only failure involved in watching a tutorial and following along. So when you have a tutorial, even though you're following along, there's no struggle because there's no like problem to solve. The problem has already been solved and you're like watching the solution, right? And that's not how learning works. No effort is equal to no learning. It's as simple as that. And this is what like a lot of people get wrong, and I also would like to clarify this, is that you can't just spend effort and think, okay, yeah, I'm doing so much effort. You need to do an attentive attempt, and that basically means that you need to actually try the thing. You need to like spend effort with your attempts. So you can't just try something and then just, okay, yeah, that's effort. You need to actually struggle with the attempt that you're doing. You need to actually try. And having effort is going to force us to do 4 different things. Our brain is going to start thinking, it's going to start deciding, it's going to start struggling, and it's going to start failing. And all of these are essential for learning. But luckily for us, we can just call it effort, right? Because when you spend effort, you get all of these different things. Your brain starts thinking, deciding all these things, right? So that's effort. But we also need something, you can probably guess, that's going to be feedback, right? Feedback is also what's going to tell our brain what works and what doesn't work. If you don't know that, well, that's basically learning, so you aren't learning. And the thing with feedback is that it doesn't come from tutorials. Sure, you can get some feedback, you can like see what works, but you don't get this feedback in yourself, where you feel like bad when something doesn't work and you feel good when something works. When you watch a tutorial, you're watching a solution, as I said. You're not going to have that feeling. You're not going to feel this, oh yeah, I figured it out, that's really good, and then you get like some dopamine. And also when you fail, you're not going to get this like, oh, this is so hard, damn, like solution, like feeling in your brain. Like obviously you're not sitting there like, oh crap, like obviously, but like that's how your brain is going to work, like very simplified, obviously. That's how your brain is going to work. You don't get this like feeling in yourself because you didn't actually figure the thing out yourself. You just watch a video. So actually good and solid feedback is going to come from the game engine. It's going to come from the compiler, it's going to come from the player or your own debugging, right? So just before I tell you the 2 other principles and how we're actually going to apply this practically into the struggle, build, repeat framework, which I made, I just want to say that Smartin is built upon these exact 4 principles for learning, where you're not just following a tutorial where you're like making the game that I decided. I'm actually going to give you this step-by-step blueprint for you to release your own game with your own idea. Release your first game in only 60 days. You also get all the other bonuses inside of Smartin as well as like multiple hours of video where you get like a step-by-step guide to release your own game. So if that's interesting to you, you can check out the first link in the description. But with that being said, let's go over the 2 other essential principles for actually learning. The third one is going to be something that you probably heard before. That's like spaced repetition, but I'm going to call this iteration. That's like more sciencey, right? So you basically need repeated cycles of effort and feedback. So effort and feedback, that's going to be like our core, but iteration is going to be like assumptions to the effort and feedback. Iteration is going to be that you just get effort and you spend effort and you get feedback over like repeated cycles, basically. So that's going to mean that you're not going to do something just once and then, okay, I've done it, I've learned it now. Instead, you should try to recreate mechanics from memory, do the same things over again. if you just do it once, you're not going to remember it. That's the thing. You're going to remember it for like maybe a day actually, because with tutorials you don't like even do effort and feedback like once. But if you actually spend effort and you get feedback once, you're probably going to remember it for like 1 or 2 days, right? But if you repeat it, that's actually when it's going to like be practiced and be in your long-term memory in your brain. So it's after you actually done things multiple times that you're actually going to remember them in your long-term memory and not just in your short-term memory. So that's how you get real understanding of a thing, because one attempt is going to do nothing. You need spaced repetition. The fourth one is going to be just minimal structure. So you need enough prior context to actually interpret the feedback that you get. That can be, for example, when you are doing something, like you are spending effort, you are getting feedback, you're doing these things, right? You're building. When you're doing this and you do something that's way too complex for you, that's not going to mean anything to you if you can't actually interpret the things and like interpret the feedback because it's too complex for you. Or let's say you're completely new to game development and you just skip every tutorial. You just go into the game engine immediately and just test, right? That's not going to do anything to you. Probably that's like 0% of you guys, but the first example, that's very like real. You can struggle with something that's way too complex for you and you don't even understand the feedback that you get. And in that case, there's no like point of doing it because you can't even interpret the feedback. So that's why I also recommend that you obviously watch a short introduction video to a game engine, 2 to 5 hours, just so you can get like the vocabulary, the tools, mental map. That's also why I teach inside of Smartly. But with that being said, now you understand the 4 principles. It's going to be effort, feedback, iteration, and just a minimal structure. With these principles, I've made what I call the struggle, build, repeat framework. And this is basically going to be all of these 4 principles applied into a practical framework that you can follow, like how you're actually going to learn and what you're actually going to do. So how do we actually use the struggle, build, repeat framework? What is it? Well, the first thing you're going to do is that you're going to set a small goal. So you just be conscious of the result that you want, and then you're going to struggle for 10 to 15 minutes to actually try to achieve that result. It's not something that you need to write down. It can just be like a card on your Trello board or like a to-do list element. Doesn't need to be like something huge, like a huge goal. Just do one small thing at a time, okay? I want you to struggle with the thing for 10 to 15 minutes where you watch no tutorials, you don't ask AI, you don't watch a guide, you don't Google anything. Just struggle like you have no internet for 10 to 15 minutes with this small goal. As a beginner, this is going to make you move very slowly if you're trying to build something. You're going to move very slowly, but you're actually going to build. Obviously, you can ask AI and AI can do like the thing 1000 times faster. But the goal here is not to build like the most impressive thing, it's to learn, right? So yes, this is going to take a lot of time where you get a result. It might feel boring, it's going to feel hard. That's the point. When it feels hard, that's when you learn. You can try to remember that when you're actually following this. When it feels hard, that's your brain rewiring. That's when you actually are going to remember the things. That's when your brain is actually getting new connections. So after you have struggled for 10 to 15 minutes with that small goal, preferably you're going to actually achieve the thing. But in a lot of cases, you didn't achieve the goal. It was too hard for you because it was like one step above your skill level. There was some chance that you could fail, but it also like wasn't impossible. And that's the sweet spot for the goal. If you didn't achieve it, what you're going to do is that you're not going to ask AI, you're not going to watch a tutorial and anything else. You're just going to search on forums, so like Stack Overflow, Unity discussion, Unreal discussion, official documentation, these things. That's what you're going to do. You're not even going to use the AI version of Google. That's just, it's very easy to just Google the thing and then you get the AI solution and then you just read that. Yeah, I'm Googling. That's not the point. The point is that this is going to be hard, but you're still going to get the solution. This is going to be the most effort thing that you can possibly do while still actually getting the solution. Obviously, we need some external resources. We need some information. We can't just figure the entire game engine and code out ourselves. So that's when you're going to do it. After you've struggled for 10 to 15 minutes, you're going to go on Google, you're going to go into a forum like Stack Overflow, for example. You're going to see the answer, and then you're going to struggle with implementing that answer into your own code, because it's not like you can copy and paste in most cases, because the example is like in a specific program that doesn't fit the thing that you want 100%. So most likely there's going to be something that you need to tweak with the code that you found online, and that's good because that's effort and also feedback, as we talked about. And then I want you to just repeat this until you have the entire mechanic complete. Preferably you can try to recreate, do the same things over again from memory, preferably like within a day. You can do this, and that's going to like stack up. So you're going to remember a few things. You're going to like recreate them. You're going to do it multiple times, so it's going to be like, oh, a little bit more in your long-term memory, and then you do it one more time, and then it's like you're going to remember the things much better if you do spaced repetition. So don't think like, okay, I've done it now, I'm finished with this. If you just do it once, it's completely wasted. So follow the struggle, build, repeat framework. Be conscious that you need to space these things out, iterate. And if you want to release your first game in only 60 days, Smartini is the first link in the description. You have my personal guarantee that if you follow the blueprint, you only need like 6 to 9 hours a week. If you have that and you want to release your first game and you want my personal guarantee that you're going to release in only 60 days or less, then you can click the first link in the description and join Smartini today. So thank you so much for watching this video. Hope it helped you a ton.